Welcome to Beth's Weight Watchers eTools instructional video on how to enter foods into your online tracker. This instructional video will help introduce you to putting foods into the online tracker. You should be logged into your screen, and that's where I am as well. My screen is in the upper left hand corner, so you can see the little Weight Watchers eTools emblem in the upper left hand corner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move down the left hand side to the point where it says tools, and there are a couple different tools there. What we want is the points tracker. So we're going to click on the points tracker, and up should pop a new window. If a new window doesn't pop up, look at the top of your screen, and it probably will tell you something like pop-ups are unavailable or something, and so you'll need to click on that and set it so that pop-ups are available. Once the screen is loaded, and it'll depend on your individual connection speed as to how fast that connects, but once it's loaded, you should be able to see in the upper left hand corner, it should say Weight Watchers Plan Manager. The points tracker should be highlighted. That means that we're on it. If it's not highlighted, then click it and it will take you to the same page that we're on now. I do want to point out the top bar here. There are your points values. The first one is your daily used, and you will notice as we put things into the tracker that the daily used changes. So that daily used will go up as you add things to your tracker. The daily remaining is how many points you still have yet to use today, and the daily remaining will go down as you add things into your tracker. It's all automatic. The weekly remaining, your 35 points are there. It also will automatically deduct from that if you go over your daily points. Your activity earned, and so anytime you put activity in, that will be put there so you can see what you've earned. And then activity remaining, if you've used any activity points to after your weekly points are gone, then that's where those will go. So let's go and we'll put in a food, and if you look at, we're in the daily tracking area, it should say food tracker at the top, and I'm going to put in find. I'm going to show you how to do three different kinds of foods. One is just a generic food, one is going to be like a brand name food, and the other is a restaurant food. So I'm going to put in apple, and this little button will let you change it to different times throughout the day, morning, midday, evening, or anytime. It doesn't really matter. You could put them all in the same place and it will still count up points just like you would do otherwise. But this will at least give you an idea of when you had things. So we'll say morning, and I hit the go button, and a new window will pop up, and it says apple at the top. You can see, and there's a whole bunch of results for apple. Now my first results are all my favorites, so yours may not look like mine. So what you want to do is scroll down if you've got things on top. If not, you see apple, then don't worry about it. And I'm going to scroll over and I say apple fresh, 1 small. Well, you might be saying, well, what if it's not 1 small? What if I did a medium apple or a large apple? That's okay. Any amounts or measurement sizes are done after you put these things, after you click on this. You can change any of those things. You just want to make sure that the actual food type is what you want. So I'm going to click on the apple fresh, 1 small, and I'll change it. Let's say I had an apple, I had 1. If I had more than 1, I could change this to 2, and then notice how the points changed when I changed it to 2. If I had 1.5, I could actually even put that in, and the points value didn't change because to it thought, okay, well, 1.5 actually is still 1 point. But I just had 1, and instead of a small one, I'm going to say I had a pretty large apple. Now notice you can put in cups, you can put in small. If you scroll down, they have pounds, they have grams, they have different ways that you can think about this. So actually I'll put in medium. So I put in medium, and my points value didn't change. If I had put in large, it probably would have changed. Or I can put in the set points value. You've probably learned about set points at your meetings. So set points is a way to just, it's a way to put in like a point value that is going to be that no matter how much you eat. So if you're using set points, then go ahead and click that. and it may change your points value. But if you're not, you can just leave it as is. Select the meal time. Okay, morning, yes, that's good. Date should be on today, and it is. So I move over, and I'm going to hit add to tracker. And notice that on my tracker, there it is. It does appear. And also notice that my points values have changed. My daily use is at 1, and my daily remaining is at 22. Okay, so if I wanted to delete that, let's say I put it in and I was like, oh, or I put it in before I had it and then, oh, didn't have it. I can always click on this button and go down to the trash can and hit delete. And then it's gone. Maybe I'll just do one more. These food trackers can also find brand name items. So if you're saying, okay, I don't, it's not a generic item, it's a very specific one, try putting it in, because very likely it's going to be in there. So I'm going to put in Western bagel, and I'm going to put onion and alternative. This is one of those alternative Western bagels that's only 1 point. So yeah, morning, okay, go, and see how it even pops up. Now, it might not pop up if your item is not in the list. You can always enter it manually, and that's on a different video. So if you have to enter a food manually, then go to the video that talks about entering foods manually into the food tracker. So I don't need that, but I am going to change. Say I get to this point and I say, oh, nope, it's not Western bagel. I'm going to change that to, I'm going to have a Big Mac instead. So I'm going to have a restaurant food. There are a lot of restaurant foods, just like when you get those dining out guides. Anything that's in the dining out guide is going to be in here, and in addition to other things. So if you go to a restaurant, especially a chain, try typing in what you're getting, because it may show up. So I'm going to go ahead and hit search, and it gives me two options. It gives me a Big Mac with Big Mac sauce and a Big Mac, just a regular Big Mac, or without Big Mac sauce, and then one with. And so you have those two options, and the points values are different. So whatever you were choosing, you'd choose that and hit enter, just like we had said before. So that's the basic get you started way to how to enter foods into your online tracker. It's a really quick and easy way to get foods in there without having to carry around a little tracker and having to calculate things and having to erase things. And if you're around a computer a good majority of the day, then it's a really quick and easy way for it to calculate your points. I recommend, what I do is I put in my points at in the morning. I know what I'm having for dinner, so I'll put my points in for dinner, and then I will start adding things throughout the day, either as I go through the day or in the morning, so that I know this is what I'm having today. And the nice thing is, if I don't abide by it, if I end up changing my thoughts, I can always change it. It's not a big deal. So thank you for listening, and if you want more information about entering foods manually, then check out the next video.